What is up, people? Van from the Vaniverse Gaming Channel here with another video on Conan Exiles. In today's video, we are going to cover what I feel is the easiest pet to get early on. So I've had a lot of comments on my videos about dungeons and stuff, asking if you can bring thralls and pets into them. Same with fighting world bosses. I'm going to be redoing all those videos, but first I'm going to show you guys a pet that I feel is very strong and very easy to get. So that's what we're going to do here. So first things first, in order to have a pet, you need to have an animal pen. So we're not talking about thralls, the human version that you break on a wheel of pain. We're talking about the animals that you put onto a pen. So you can see this is the building I created in order to place my animal pen. The animal pen is huge. If I get up on top here, you will see exactly how big it is. It's a 10 by 8, so it's 10 wide by 8 deep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if you can look here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a 10 by 8 is what you can do, and you can shave off some of the sides because it's not extreme, it's not perfectly rectangular. And then you want to place your animal pen. So in order to make an animal pen, I would say you only have to be level 13 to make animal pens. So you can do this very early on. You make animal pens on a carpenter bench. So right here you can see it's 300 wood, 400 wood, 300 stone, 20 twine, not a big deal. And then you're also going to need to make some shaped wood as well for something we're going to show you here in a minute. So once you place your animal pen, I would highly suggest putting it on foundations. If you put it on the ground and it's not on foundations, it will decay much faster. And then also, I would also suggest walling it in so that people can't take your animals off your pen. Even on a PvE server, if you don't have it walled in, someone can just come right up and take the animal right off your pen. So walling it in is going to take some resources, but I feel like it's all worth it. And the other good thing is people are going to know it's an animal pen just by the structure and the shape, and they're probably not going to raid it anyways because it's a waste of their time to raid an animal pen. But if you tier 3 it and all that, that's all up to you. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes. So what is the best pet, in my opinion, low level when you first start the game? Now, there are a ton of them that you can get, and people have all sorts of ideas of what's good, what's bad, etc. I'm just going by how plentiful they are and the food that it takes to make them. And so we're going to do a little jump down here. And hopefully I have admin on so I don't die. Let's see. Hey, there we go. So the one that I like to get is Shalebacks. Shalebacks are all over the place. You can run through the Nobi area and you will see Shaleback nests all over the place, and there's usually anywhere from 1 to 3 babies just kind of hanging out. So we'll come over here, and you can see right here alone, we got 2 little baby Shalebacks, and then you just click them and put them in your inventory. So because they're so plentiful, this is why I chose this particular animal, and also because you can get them right away. Now, they do weigh a lot, so just keep that in mind. They weigh 50 pounds each, so they're very heavy, so you might have to take a couple runs. Now, animal pens will hold 5 animals at a time, so if you're going to go out and get them, grab 5. Now, these happen to like to eat exotic shellfish. Is the easiest and the best way to turn the babies into a greater shellback. That's what you want. You want a greater. You're going to get a ton of regular pets or regular shellbacks when you do this. They're going to have 3,000 hit points. It's the greater that you want because that's the one that's going to have 8,000 hit points and be able to pretty much tank world bosses and dungeons and everything else for you. So they did change traps in this last patch. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but you never needed bait before. Well, you did a long time ago. Then they got rid of it. Now it seems to put it back. So most of you, if you ever seen a fish trap, what you would see is it just automatically goes. Now they have another play button where you have to have bait. So if you use handfuls of insects, that's going to give you unappetizing shellfish and savory shellfish. Fat grubs is what you're going to use in order to get the exotic shellfish is what we want. So fat grubs, you find them on the ground, running around. You'll just find them on the ground. They're all over the place in the Nobi area, like right there is one. Depending on what your server is and how many you get every time you loot, if it's a times 5, times 2, times 1, that's how many grubs you're going to get. The good news is that 1 grub turns into 1 exotic. And then the good news is that 1 exotic shellfish is all you need in order to convert a baby hatchling into an adult. So now we have all that. I did show you the shaped wood. You actually can make the fish traps in your inventory. You go to shell, it'll come right up, and it's shaped wood and twine. In order to make these shellfish traps, you have to be level 17. And so you can see it right here, right here. So you have to be level 17, and it requires primitive cooking. That's it. And then in order to make the animal pen, which we already showed you, you have to be level 13 and do the thrall taker, which is this wheel right here. So now let's go up and let's show you how the conversion process works, and then I will show you guys kind of what my numbers are. All right. So the outcomes that this food right here, I mean, there's other ways to make this better percentages, which I'll show you in a later video. This is just for shalebacks for a beginner pet for newbies. But if you feed one of these some exotic shellfish, the conversion rate is 10%. You don't need anything else. You have it. So 1 out of 10. Granted, it's not going to be perfect every time, where if you do 5 and 5, you're always going to get one. You could go 20 and never see one, and then put 5 in and get 2 graders right in a row. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our animal pen. We are going to throw in our little babies. Now, I will tell you that it takes, with a regular animal pen on a normal server, it'll take about 6 hours to convert the hatchlings into an adult. Because I'm doing a tutorial video, I have this sped up, so you're going to see it pretty much go in a matter of seconds. So you can see I put in 50, but it's only going to take 5, 1 for each. And now they're crafting down here in the bottom right. All right, so right there, of those, we got all regular shalebacks. We didn't get any greater shalebacks. So you're going to keep repeating this process until you get a greater. But the regular ones aren't bad either. I mean, you put it on the ground here. You can see they have 1,400 health, so they obviously are not nearly as strong as a greater. But they will help you do some stuff around the game because they're going to take aggro. And there's nothing to say you can't have multiple in your inventory, but just know you can't place an animal if it's build blocks. So like if you're in a dungeon, they're not going to let you pull out an animal and place it. But if you're out in the world and one dies, you just pull another one out of your bag and then put him on the ground. They do weigh a lot, just like I said earlier. So with that being said, why do I pick these? What's the conversion rate? So over here in the vault, I did this for 50. I put in 50 babies with 50 exotic food and saw what my results were. And here's what I got. Of the 50, I was able to get 6 greater shalebacks from breaking 50 baby hatchlings. So 6. So that's a little bit better than 10% because I put in 50. So 6 for 50, it's a little bit better, but it's right on average to what it's supposed to be. So that's good. But these guys are what you want. So let's put this guy out and show you. So these guys have 8,265 hit points. So all you really need is to be level 17 in order to get the exotic fish. You don't even need that, actually. You can be level 13. If you're on a PvE or a PvP server, people probably have traps sitting out where you can access them. But if they didn't, at level 17, you can be running around with this Greater Shaleback with 8,265 hit points. You can take him into dungeons. You can tank world bosses with him. He is amazing to have, and you can get him super, super early. So I hope this video was helpful. If you like it, give it a like. Put some comments below. If you think there's another pet that you like that was easier for you, please post that in the comments below. This is just the one that I have always been able to get very easily, and it's night and day different how great these are when you're fighting. I will be doing all my other videos for dungeons and revamping them and bringing a pet along with me, along with the world bosses, to kind of show how it works now that you can have these types of pets. So this is Van from the Vaniverse Gaming Channel. Hope this video was helpful. Cheers and peace out.